The face of the NASCAR Busch Series is constantly changing. Now entering its 18th season, the series is a start for some fresh faces, a showcase for others, and a tune-up for a handful more. While some drivers may be new, their names are familiar. Defending champion Dale Earnhardt Jr. leads a slew of young guns, including his brother Kerry, Jason Jarrett, Bobby Hamilton Jr., and Adam Petty, who all hope to follow in the tire tracks of their legendary Winston Cup ancestors. Busch veterans Randy LaJoie, the two-time champ, Mike McLaughlin, and a driver always in the hunt, Elton Sawyer, will be sweating it out with them today. And you'll see the faces of some of the top Winston Cup drivers, Terry Labonte, Mark Martin, and pole sitter Kenny Schrader. But it doesn't matter if the face is new or old, the destination is the same. Welcome you to Daytona International Speedway and to CBS Sports Live flag-to-flag coverage of the Napa Auto Parts 300. This is the first Busch Grand National race of the season, featuring several Winston Cup stars against the best of the Grand National division. Last year, rookie Dale Earnhardt Jr. Well, he had a little trouble in this event. It came on lap 106 as he and Dick Trickle got together. Despite the bumps and the rolls out there, everyone walked away safely. Despite Earnhardt's rough start, he finished the season as the Grand National champion. Yesterday afternoon, in the final practice session for today's race, Earnhardt was involved in another incident. He's with our Dick Berggren. Dick.
Thanks, Greg. Indeed, in that incident, Earnhardt's car was badly enough damaged he had to go to a backup. This is the same car that went flying over the top of Dick Trickle last year. They rolled it off the trailer late yesterday afternoon, got just 11 laps of practice, and because it's a backup, you're going to have to start all the way in the back of the field. How do you pull a good day out of a deal like that, Dale?
Well, we've done it before, so I figure last year we come out of here and didn't know which way was up, so yesterday just probably a minor setback. There's going to be a few other cars back there we can draft with, Jeff Burton and a couple other guys, so we'll just try to take it easy and dodge the first couple wrecks and pick up some spots on pit road. So I figure, that ain't too big a setback. We can come at least through half the field, pass the rest of them on the racetrack, and maybe finish up front.
And take it easy and be careful is exactly what all the drivers were told in the drivers' meeting this morning. Let's go to the front of the grid and Ralph Shaheen.
Two-time Busch Grand National champion Randy LaJoie is going to start on the outside of the front row here today. He's a former winner of this event. Now, on the pole is Kenny Schrader, Winston Cup standout. Kenny has been running the high line around this racetrack all week. Is that high groove going to be the way for you to get your speed here today, Kenny?
I don't know, but the car works good at the bottom or the top, and this thing gets slick towards the end of the day. You got to shoot that top, and I like it up there.
Greg, that high line might be the highway for Kenny Schrader to victory lane today.
Ralph and Dick, thank you both. Let's go trackside now, where they are about set to fire up the engines.
Let's get it on!
And now, to give the command to start engines for the Napa Auto Parts 300, please welcome today's Grand Marshal from the Green Bay Packers, Mr. Brett Favre.
Gentlemen, let's get it on!
Well, if you get it on not once but twice, does it double the action here at Daytona? Welcome, everyone, to CBS Sports coverage of this day at Daytona. I'm Greg Gumbel. We're pleased to have you with us this afternoon. Coming up, we'll have the Napa Auto Parts 300 Grand National Race, and later the Gatorade 125s, the qualifying races for the Daytona 500, which were held on Thursday. Joining me now is Ken Squire. Good afternoon, Mr. Squire.
Good afternoon, sir. Looks like we've got a good one going here at Daytona today. It's the first of 32 Grand National races this year for $1.2 million. There's a lot at stake for a lot of these young drivers. This is the big break. What they don't want to do is turn it into the big bust, and that's what happened yesterday afternoon. 7 cars crashed in the happy hour. Jeff Bodine said it turned out to be the hell hour. That's his brother's car that was destroyed, one of the 7 in 3 different incidents. And there you see Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car. That, too, torn up yesterday. And you can add to that list Chuck Bown and Glenn Allen, Dick Trickle, Jeff Burton, Ted Musgrave's cars. All had to be replaced, and they'll be going to the back of the field, and we get set to run here today.
All right, Ken, let's now go upstairs to the gentleman who will call the race for you, Mike Joy, Ned Jarrett, and Buddy Baker. Mike, let's get it on.
Thanks, Greg, and hello, everyone. This race is about the haves versus the have-nots, and the precious commodity is experience. Rookies Adam Petty and Casey Atwood, their combined age is equal to that of Randy LaJoie, whom they call the old man. LaJoie throws it right back at him. He says, maybe when they're my age, their combined victories will total mine. Ned Jarrett has a grandson as a Daytona rookie here today. How will Jason get that needed experience?
Well,
Ned?
first let me say it's very nervous for him and the other drivers who don't have that experience, including their dad and granddad out there too. And there are 10 drivers in this field who have never been in Daytona, in the Busch race here at Daytona before. And some of them have no drafting experience whatsoever. But the only way that they can get that is to get out there among the cars. But one thing that they have to remember is to be patient.
Buddy Baker, how do the veteran drivers learn to trust the rookies?
There's only one way. Go out there, do your best, and you gain respect by running the race and not getting in trouble. But even the best drivers get in trouble at Daytona.
Last year, lap 1, 5 cars tangled at the entrance to turn number 3. They included veterans and rookies. Not a lot of room out there.
Well, it's only 50 feet wide, and when you turn 2 cars sideways, you can see the end results.
Doesn't leave a lot of room. That's Joe Bessie up on top of another car. He failed to make the show here this year. They're on the first of 3 pace laps. We'll be back with the start of the Napa Auto Parts 300 from Daytona in a moment.
CBS Sports presentation of the Napa Auto Parts 300 is sponsored by Napa Auto Parts. We keep America running. Smooth Busch beer and easy drinking Busch Light. Busch, the official sponsor of the NASCAR Busch Series. And by Ford Expedition. Built Ford tough.
Hello, I'm Steve Hanshew, president of Napa Auto Parts. On behalf of more than 6,000 Napa stores across the nation, we welcome you to the CBS broadcast of the Napa Auto Parts 300. Thanks for watching and enjoy the race.
Welcome back to Daytona, where it's a sunny day, but the weather is unlike anything we've seen all week. We've had highs in the high 70s and the low 80s all through practice and qualifying. But look, only 52 degrees and a stiff breeze, 15 miles an hour, out of the northwest. It'll be very different track conditions than what we've had all week. Let's have a look at the starting lineup for the Napa 300. Ken Schrader has his 3rd career Busch Series pole. Randy LaJoie won this race 2 years ago. They're on the front row. Mike McLaughlin starts up front again at Daytona next to Casey Atwood, 18-year-old rookie. Dave Blaney, former World of Outlaws champion, and Bobby Hamilton Jr., a 22-year-old rookie. Tim Vidoa won 2 Busch races last year, and Larry Pearson is a 2-time series champ. Michael Waltrip, twice a runner-up in this race, and Joe Nemechek, the defending winner. Jeff Burton had 3 wins last year. Jason Keller from South Carolina. Jeff Green makes his 6th Daytona start, and Chuck Bown, the 1990 series champion. Terry Labonte, 3 top 4 finishes and 4 tries in this race. And Dale Earnhardt Jr., 7 wins in the championship last year. Todd Bodine, 2nd here 2 years ago, and Matt Kenseth, last year's point standing runner-up. Kevin LePage had a win last year, and Mike Dillon makes his 4th Daytona start. Adam Petty is the 4th generation driver to carry that name into a big race at Daytona, next to last year's Rookie of the Year, Andy Santerre. Then it's Bobby Hillin and Phil Parsons in row 12. Lyndon Amick and Kevin Grubb in the 13th row. Mark Martin, the all-time Busch Series winner with Jimmy Kitchens. Mark Green and ageless Dick Trickle, the dean of the field at 57. Jeff Finley and Truck Series champ Ron Hornaday. Kerry Earnhardt, Dale Jr.'s older brother, and Glenn Allen. Modified champ Jeff Fuller and Brad Loney from Iowa. Tony Raines, ASA champ, and Elton Sawyer. Rookie Jason Jarrett. Jeff Purvis, close 2nd last year. Curtis Markham and Andy Hillenberg, former ARCA champ. And the past champions provisional to Johnny Benson returns for the day to Base Motorsports.